back up, going for a heavy medic marine army with science vessel support. Maybe go for a siege tank as well, just in case there are going to be some sunkens. But no sunkens yet at the front for Firefist, not really needed because of 14cc, he's not really been aggressive. But a lot of medic zerglings out there for Firefist with speed upgrades. But I definitely think Hwasin has enough forces in his natural expansion to defend any sort of round by attempt. I don't think anything is going to be too successful. Starport's also coming up, and I still don't know exactly what Firefist is going for. But he's going for mutas. His spire is up, so he might be going for mutas. But I think Hwasin should be ready for this. There are mutas coming out, but I think Hwasin, interesting Evo chamber there. He might have been just to upgrade his zergling. So instead, Firefist might actually, it does have a rather large zergling count, so there might be just some carapace on the zergling. So he might be going for a zerg muta build. Scan's going off the bottom left hand, so Hwasin making sure that Firefist is not double expand, because if he does double expand, Hwasin will know that he's going to be safe for a little bit more. Meanwhile, he has his weapons one out there. Mutas are on the way. Definitely saw him put some turrets down. But it does have a pretty powerful force. He should have actually been able to get stim. He does have stim. He should have been able to get range by this point as well. Science vessel on the way also. So we are going to be seeing some science facility on the way. So we're going to see science vessel. Mutas are going to be microing against the medic marines. Medic marines pick off, I think, one muta there. Might have been able to pick off one more. Pretty decently sized grouping of mutas out there for Firefist. And those zerglings also really help out. But he has to be very careful. Hwasin already has another grouping almost completely ready in his natural expansion. While an SCV actually going to go to the upper right hand and try to plop down a turret, interestingly enough. So Hwasin, yeah, it puts his medic marines in there as well. He's going to go for this hatchery. This might be a pretty critical attack for him. There is going to be zerglings and mutas coming in, so we're going to see which manages to win out. Mutas, medic marines, turret's still not up. Zerglings are going to come in there and clean this out, though. So Hwasin going for an attack that fails. Meanwhile, going to stream in even more force. Going to stream him his entire backup force. Run right towards that upper right hand. He knows that is a critical location for him to take because... Meanwhile, yeah, there is carapace upgrade coming in from Firefist and also going for hive tech already. So he, meanwhile, keeping himself to mutas and zerglings only, gonna gun for hive tech, trying to get devours out there as soon as possible. Zerglings are gonna come in and surround with mutalisks out there as well. We're gonna see. I'm not sure if Hwasin does not have enough. He's gonna get surrounded and get this entire force ripped to shreds. Oh man, yeah. I think he should have maybe waited on science vessels. I mean, sure, keeping up the pressure, trying to take the base out. I understand. Because they already put a lot of force in. They're actually going to move out with yet again with a very small troop now. That's probably not going to be able to accomplish too much. Meanwhile, going for 2 starports now, adding in barracks as well. A lot of barracks. He's going to go for 7 racks here and 2 control towers. So he's going to be pumping out science vessels like crazy. I feel like before he set out with a second attack force, as soon as he saw what was happening, I feel he should have retreated, waited for that irradiate. And one irradiate in that single battle would have really given him a much better chance of fighting Firefist back. But Firefist has his hive up now. Going to go for hive tech very early. I'm not seeing any hive tech buildings down for him yet. No hive tech to speak of quite yet, but I'm assuming he going to go for devours. Meanwhile, adding in creep colonies the upper right hand as Hwasin scan that to see how vulnerable that is. But I'm not quite sure whether this is going to be into devour. This might be something different. This might actually be Guardians. I'm not altogether too sure. He might be rushing to Guardians. I don't think that's the case. Irradiate going to come off on those mutas. The split a little bit late, so there's going to be some damage done. But he split, not too late, though. He did some damage done to his mutas, but not that much that it's really going to damage. He's going to be able to fly this around, and the damage is going to be repaired. Ultra is Cameron, so no, he's going to go for quick Ultra, adding in Sunkens at his upper right hand and his own natural expansion. He wants to make himself very, very careful. And Hwasin, just unfortunately, despite his very interesting build, didn't really managed to do too much with the timing attacks. Firefist with reinforcements always coming in at exactly the right time for him to be able to react to whatever it was that Hwasin was doing. Hwasin now also has armor 1 upgrades on his marines, so he's going to be able to fight this back a little bit easier. Still a lot of zerglings on the ground, a fairly large group of mutalisks as well, and these dual pronged attacks from the air and the ground really been doing a good job for Firefist of keeping Hwasin back. Hwasin meanwhile has built up a quite sizable ball of forces now, just from those 7 barracks is pumping like crazy. Also going to expand the 12 o'clock. He really needs that to support. Meanwhile, Mutalisk and Zerglings are going to come in right in that expansion. This is going to force Hwasin back, or is this actually going to force him to try to go for a counterattack? One science was there, does not manage to get irradiate off. Almost dead. Now, Mutalisk are going to go for the kill on that, but also the medic marines, some being produced inside of Hwasin's bane. There are some turrets as well to possibly defend. We're going to see how he manages to fight this back on the opposite side. Zerglings aren't going to be able to penetrate this. Going to start by focusing on the turrets on the opposite side. Hwasin's thinking of going for the attack. He's not running down back, but they're all 3 Sunkens now. He's going to go for the break here. His defensive matrix on one of his frontal marines. He's going to go for this, and Firefist looks as in trouble now. Meanwhile, inside of Hwasin's base, doing a lot of damage there, but he's going to be forced to sack his own natural expansion just to try to do damage to Hwasin's main. The natural expansion is going to go down. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Hwasin still hasn't cleaned this up with that many barracks inside of his base, though. Even some SVs fighting, he finally does manage to clean this up. So Hwasin now, thankfully, going for that counterattack. If he hadn't gone for that, might have bought Firefist a lot more time. Ultralisk Cavern just upgrading at the moment. But a couple Ultralisks pop, 4 Ultralisks pop. There's going to be the spawning pool there, but no Zergis to support those Ultras because those Ultras are going to get ripped to shreds. There's that one Dimetrix Marine that's not really doing anything. Oh, watch those Ultralisks just pop. A lot of Ultras being built here by Firefist, but they all get ripped to shreds. And GG coming in from Firefist. No support whatsoever for Ultralisk. I feel actually what was a bit of a mistake on his part to actually rush for Ultras on 3 bases. Mind you, he had 4 gas going, I think. I think he had double gas going at full on that time at the upper right-hand position, but still kind of rushing things. He had Hwasin on the back foot at one point when he was fighting him back, so he should have just kept that maneuverability going, I say, and kept those Zergins out in the field, kept those Mutalisks in the air. Go for Defiler tech. Stay on Defilers. And then maybe gun for Ultras once you had a 4th base. Sure, 4 gas will help you support Ultras, but you want additional mineral intake as well, and you want to keep those Defilers out there in the field. So Hwasin's going to take this. He stays the red sniper, coming back from a little bit of trouble there, but he's going to move on to the winners match, and I'm going to see who he ends up facing. So GG guys, wrenching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.